1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has reiterated Pakistan's continued support for an Afghan-owned and Afghan-led peace process. The Senate was informed today that the National Institute of Health is fully equipped to deal with coronavirus-affected people. The United Nations has expressed grave concern over the ongoing anti-Muslim violence in India. In the ICC Women's T20 World Cup at Canberra, the match between Pakistan and England is underway. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has reiterated Pakistan's continued support for an Afghan-owned and Afghan-led peace process. Talking to the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, during his day-long visit to Doha, the Prime Minister appreciated Qatar's valuable role in the US-Taliban peace agreement to be signed tomorrow. The two leaders expressed the hope that all Afghan stakeholders would seize this historic opportunity to reach an inclusive political settlement for the establishment of durable peace and stability in Afghanistan. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says the peace agreement between the United States and the Afghan Taliban will hopefully be signed in Doha tomorrow. In a statement issued in Doha today, he said representatives from 50 countries, including foreign ministers of different countries, will be attending the signing ceremony. The foreign minister said Pakistan has been invited to become a part of this entire process and participate in it. He said this is an honor for Pakistan and an acknowledgement of its efforts. He said India made its utmost efforts to create hurdles in the Afghan peace agreement. Despite all that, if it is inked, it will be a big success. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said Pakistan today has a central role at the world level, and the world is lauding its role for the establishment of peace in Afghanistan. The Senate was informed today that the National Institute of Health is fully equipped to deal with coronavirus-affected people. Taking the floor at a point of order raised by Shehri Rahman regarding coronavirus outbreak, the leader of the House, Shibli Faraz, said an efficient mechanism has been adopted to entertain the affected people. He said special isolation wards have been established at hospitals in major cities, while special desks have also been set up at all the airports to detect the patients with coronavirus. Shibli Faraz said the National Core Committee, under the chair of Special Assistant on Health Services, Dr. Zafar Mirza, is strictly monitoring the cases. He said so far 2 positive cases of coronavirus have been reported in the country and both are in stable condition. Pakistan and the European Union have signed an agreement worth 13 million euros for public financial management. Secretary Economic Affairs Division Syed Parvez Abbas and the European Union Ambassador to Pakistan and Rula Kaminara signed the agreement in Islamabad today. Under the agreement, the European Union will provide assistance to bring improvement in macro-fiscal policies, process of budget preparation and forecasting. The Prime Minister Azad Jammu and Kashmir Raja Farooq Haider Khan says inalienable right to self-determination is the only solution to the Kashmir issue. He was addressing a seminar in Karachi titled Kashmir Issue, Revocation of Article 35A and 370 of Indian Constitution, Options for Pakistan vis-a-vis Rising Hindutva in India. Addressing the seminar, the Naval Chief Admiral Zafar Mahmood Abbasi said India's policy toward Kashmir reflects promotion of Hindutva extremist ideology. The United Nations has expressed serious concern over the ongoing anti-Muslim violence in India. At a session of the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva, Rights Chief Michelle Bachelet highlighted the excessive committed by the Indian government against the people of occupied Kashmir as well as against Muslims all across India through the Citizenship Amendment Act. The United Nations Rights Chief also expressed grave concern over the police inaction during the deadly violence against Muslims in New Delhi and use of brute force against peaceful protesters. Meanwhile, the American presidential candidate Bernie Sanders has also voiced concern over the deadly violence in the Indian capital, New Delhi. In a tweet, he also criticized President Donald Trump for his declining to comment on violence and termed it a failure of the leadership on human rights. A member of the American Senate's Foreign Relations Committee, Robert Menendez, in a statement denounced the anti-Muslim violence in India as shocking and called upon all the countries to condemn it. In the ICC Women's T20 World Cup at Canberra in Australia against Pakistan, England were 2 runs for the loss of no wicket in 0.4 overs a short while ago. Earlier, Pakistan won the toss and elected to field. In the Pakistan Super League, 2 matches will be played today. In the first match, Multan Sultans will face Karachi Kings at Multan, while in the second match, Lahore Qalandars will take on Peshawar Zalmi at Rawalpindi. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.